Hello, good morning and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, then hi, my name is Danielle Louise, and probably the ones who aren't new here have probably forgot what my face actually looks like because it's been so long. But hopefully that's about to change. If you're new here, then like I said, hi, my name is Danielle, and I like to do everything from fashion, beauty, a little bit of lifestyle over here. And basically just want to show you how I'm trying to create my, I hate to say the word dream life because I feel like that gives it such a big, I don't know what the word is, but basically I just want to create a space over here that is like a safe space, that is just relaxing, and it's just basically a way of us doing our life together and creating just a life that you're happy to wake up to, that you're proud to wake up to, that we feel accomplished, we feel happy, we feel loved, we feel, I just want to create a life that I'm proud of, to be honest. Like, there's loads of things in my life, like, don't get me wrong, that I'm really proud of, that I've achieved, and yeah, at each moment in my life, each choice that I've made has been the right one at the right time. However, things evolve and we all have to evolve, and now is time for me to evolve again. Sorry, it's quite cold outside today and my nose is just running like a tap, which is disgusting, but anyway. So this is basically the start of my new journey with my YouTube channel. It's about creating content that brings me joy and that I'm proud to produce and to put out to you guys. I wanted to create like a little community over here where we're all on the same team. We are all here to uplift each other, to just to make every part of our lives better, basically. So that's my main goal for this year. So talking about goals is something that I'm really passionate about, and I feel that I have kind of put on the back burner of the last year or two, which I'm kicking myself a little bit for that now. However, I'm not really someone who would promote dwelling on things, basically. Which I feel like I've really struggled with the last few years. I have been dwelling on things, I have been hard on myself, but instead of using those emotions to find ways to move forward, I've kind of just sat in my wallow pit and just wallowed over it and not made changes. But that is about to change. I am going to make some changes. I'm going to make small changes to every day that are going to equal big changes in the long run. So yeah, I'll make a drink and then we'll discuss that. But before I do that, one of my little habits that I'm going to try and change this year and try to do every single day is I wake up as early as I can. So I want to try and get back to my early wake-ups, because I used to wake up really early. The last however long I've really been struggling with that, and this year so far I've not done great. But we have had a bit of a funny start to the year because obviously, as some of you may know, I am a mum. I have a little boy who is 10. So he's obviously started back at school in January, but they didn't start back until I think the 6th? The 6th, I think it was. So yeah, that was a short week because they started on Tuesday. Anyway, long story short, the week after we had snow, and it hasn't been the smoothest start to the new year. Nothing major, but just little things that throw you off. So I've decided that January, I'm out of focus. January is sort of my month for getting myself in order. It's not a month for being too hard on myself. It's a month for just starting the little things, starting the little habits, starting the little changes that are going to make big changes. So that starts with trying to wake up earlier, so I have been doing that a little bit better. Instead of waking up at like after 7, I've been waking up before 7, which doesn't seem like a big thing, but if I can just chip away 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, then eventually we will get to the morning that we want. So that's the goal. The goal is to be waking up between 5:30 and 6 at the latest. So nothing after 6. I want that hour in the morning between 6 and 7 before Arlo gets up and he needs me to make breakfast and things like that. I need that hour to get up and get myself in order, whether that be me get up, writing my journal. I really want to start, I love my cup of tea in the morning, but I really want to start maybe having my ginger and lemon tea that I make. But like I said, it's not gonna be every morning. Some mornings you've got to be soft with yourself. However, most mornings I really want to try. That's one thing. Then I also want to improve my exercise and movement. That's really fell off the bandwagon a little bit. But that's gonna be something else I'm gonna be working on. Another thing is, especially on my days where I'm actually going out to work, I need to be preparing myself some sort of breakfast or some sort of mid-morning breakfast, because I am the sort of person who doesn't really like to have a morning breakfast. Not a morning breakfast, but like an early breakfast. When I first wake up in the morning, I'm not hungry. So that is something I need to work on, find something that works for me, which I am going to actually do a recipe with you in a minute, that I've seen that I really want to try and see whether it works for me. It might not, I might not even like it, but we're going to give it a go. Also, my vitamins, that's something I have actually stuck to this last couple of weeks. I take quite a lot of vitamins. I can't tell you whether they all work, like I'll be honest, I can't tell you that they definitely work. But what I can tell you is that last year I started taking these vitamins, and I don't know whether there's any correlation between it or whether it's just coincidence, because I can't really tell that I changed much else, if I'm honest. The only thing that I did do was I tried to be conscious of what I was eating, but I wasn't harsh, which I've done before, and it's never seemed to really make much of a difference. Like, I'm the sort of person that my body doesn't really lose weight easily, and I've never been able to change the number on the scales. I've really struggled since having Arlo. I've really struggled to get below a certain amount of weight. I'm not going to discuss weights because I think it's very personal, and weight is really deceiving. Someone, like whoever I speak to, I've spoken to a few people in my family and my partner and everyone, and their weights that they tell me, like sometimes I'm like, you wouldn't, like you just wouldn't think that, do you know what I mean? Like, or there'll be two people who will be the same weight and they'll look totally different. So weight is really deceiving, and I'm a strong believer of you go on how you feel and your health rather than the number on the scales. However, when I have been consistently taking my vitamins, I noticed that I did actually lose weight, and I don't know whether that's because my body was getting the nutrients that it needed, and that's, I don't know, I'm no like expert on nutrition or anything like that, so I don't really know how it works, but it did seem a bit of a coincidence that I've really tried before to lose weight. I've exercised a lot more, I've cut myself right back with my food, and I haven't lost any weight. Whereas this time whereas the beginning of last year I tried to be really good. Like, I say really good, I just mean that I tried to be healthy and not overeat, which obviously would help, but I just think these vitamins did help as well. So the first vitamin I've been taking is my multivitamin. I get all my vitamins from My Vitamins. They're really good. I tend to go for the gummies just because I find them really easy. Easy to take, and I find myself more likely to take them because I don't know why, but if I take like capsule vitamins, I can take them. Like, I'm not a big baby, but I find that if there's a lot to take, I feel like they get stuck in my throat, and I don't like that feeling, which puts me off doing it. The next one is a gut vitamin. this has 1 billion live cultures per serving, which is obviously good for your gut. Collagen gummies, because obviously last year I turned 30, and we all know the collagen levels drop in our skin, so, well, in our bodies. It's not just your skin, is it? It has lots and lots of benefits, so we need to keep on top of the collagen. Apple cider vinegar, I'll be honest, like, I just kind of went on the website, found the vitamins that I thought I like the sound of that, and I just started taking them. This one says it supports normal blood glucose levels. Then I take a magnesium gummy. I take this because I was feeling very overwhelmed. I wouldn't say I was someone who struggles with anxiety, because I'm not, but I definitely was starting to feel that anxious feeling, overwhelm. So I thought, I'm going to take something to help me support me with that. And then the last two are hair, skin and nails, and biotin, because I actually had my hair cut last year. I had it's still long, like, don't be wrong, I know it's long, but I had a good chunk of hair cut off last year, just to improve the health, but I miss it and I want it back. So I am doing my best to God, these are stuck. I'm doing my best to support my hair, look after my hair, and hopefully grow it back. So that's that one. And then biotin obviously contributes to the maintenance of normal hair and skin, because that's another thing I'm working on this year. Towards the end of last year, from August I'd say, I really struggled with my skin, sorry. It certainly is not perfect still. I'm still struggling, but it's a damn sight better than it was. I was having lots of breakouts all across my cheeks, my neck. Yeah, basically my body's been showing a lot of signs over the last 6 months that it's not happy and that I'm not looking after myself. So basically I need to make changes. So that's what this year is about. This year is about finding myself again, looking after myself and treating myself how I deserve, to be honest. So this is the start. My ginger lemon tea. This is actually a homemade tea that I actually stole the recipe from Lydia Millen. So I do her recipe. I think she's got it on her website, but if you do want me to do a video just showing you how I do it, then I'll definitely do that for you. It's got so many benefits. Obviously if you look online you'll see, but it's really good for your digestive system, your skin. Obviously it's got so many benefits. I don't know them all, but I just know it's really good for you, so I'm just going to try and incorporate this back into my routine. And I had these cute little mugs from a family member for Christmas. They got us 4 in a little hamper. It was gorgeous. So yeah, they are the perfect size for my ginger lemon tea. As you can tell, Winston is beside himself that I'm not giving him the attention. That's what he's like. So anyway, I thought I would sit down with you and just sort of go through my, not goals because I like to keep them quite private, but just basically a few areas of where, Winston, be careful please, of where I want to focus my time and hopefully improve a lot of things in my life. And yes, Winston, everyone knows it's always about you, isn't it? Everything has to revolve around you. You're the star of the show, we all know that, don't we? I'm here. So yeah, so basically I'm aiming this year to split my life up into 2 sections and hopefully start to achieve things in all of the areas. So firstly it's going to be the first section is going to be obviously work, career, things like that, because at the moment, Winston, you can't sit there, you can't just have your eyes peeping over, come here. At the moment I am not where I want to be, but that's going to change this year. Winston, you're gonna have to sit down, sweetheart. That's hopefully going to change this year. Actually, scrap the hopefully, it is going to change this year. I know what I want to do, and it's more just about carving my pathway out to get there. So obviously my interests are fashion and beauty. That has always been an interest of mine. I have kind of just veered off the path. As some of you may know, I became a mum at just under 20 years old. It was a week before my 20th birthday that I actually had Arlo. And it's been the best 10 years of my life. Like, I've enjoyed every second of being a mum. I am, honestly, he's my world. He's everything. But I want to show him a life that he deserves and that I deserve. You know, like, we're so fortunate to have what we have now. But there's so much I want to provide for him and for him to be able to experience. And I want him also to see me be the person I want to be. Like, I want nothing more than for him to grow up thinking, if I put my mind to it, if I put in the hard work, I can achieve what I want to achieve. So that's what I'm setting out to do, is to basically show him the way, show him that it's possible, show him that things can be thrown in your way, things that for a lot of people would like cut off that path for them, but I'm not going to let it cut off a path for me. I have put my dreams on the back burner and I've focused on being the best mum that I can be for the last however many years, and I've tried to juggle, and obviously I've done that, and my wants and my dreams have always had to be put behind. Like, I've always put everyone else first. I've put everyone else's priorities and needs first. Sorry, everyone's needs first, and they've been my priority, which of course they will always be my priority, especially Arlo. He will always be my priority, but I need to make myself a priority as well. So that's the plan anyway, without getting too deep. I am going to carve out days and times to do what I want to do. So I work out of the house a few days a week, so they're obviously going to be my work days. I'm lucky enough that I'm there every day to pick Arlo up from school. So obviously after school it's harder to get things done because I want to make him tea, take him to his clubs, spend time with him, do homework, do reading, things like that. So basically how I'm gonna carve it out, I'm not gonna tell you my exact plans, but basically Monday to Friday is going to be designated work days, whether that's in the house or out of the house, and I'm gonna designate certain days for certain things. So like, for example, Monday I'm out of the house all day, so there's nothing I can do filming wise on a Monday. Tuesday I'm a bit half and half, so I'm gonna do things that fit into that day. Wednesday I'm at home all day most of the time, so that's a good day for me to plan things to get done on that day. And then I'll do that throughout the week of whatever day suits. And then Sunday, and then Sunday is family day. That is the day that I've chose to make sure that I am fully focused on just spending time with family, spending time with my partner, spending time with Arlo. But yeah, I am gonna designate those days to family. So I think that will make things a lot easier because I'll have a plan of what I am to do on each day. Winnie, you're being a little bit of a baby today, aren't you? Are you cold? Would you like mummy to get the blanket for you? So yeah, I think that'll make it easier for me, and make it easier for me to prioritise time and prioritise tasks that I want to get done. So that's that. And then my other areas are health and wellness. That's a really important one for me this year, because I'm a firm believer of, if you feel good on the inside, you will feel good on the outside. You will look good on the outside, sorry. And it's not always about looking good, but obviously it does help. It does help on how you feel. If you feel like your skin's clear and glowing, you feel strong, your skin looks good, your hair looks good, your nails are good, like, it does improve on how you feel on the inside too. But obviously health comes from the inside out. So it's prioritising whole foods wherever possible. It's drinking more water. It's having my lemon and ginger tea as much as I can. It's movement, whether that's a walk with the dog, or whether that's getting up in the morning and doing a quick workout, whether that's anything, swimming with Arlo, anything. It just needs to be a priority that we move our bodies as much as we can. And yeah, it's just gonna help with how I'm feeling, because I have struggled a lot over the last 6 months especially, and nothing's triggered it at all, not that I can put my finger on anyway. I just haven't been feeling my best, and I haven't been feeling myself, and it's only me that can change it. So that is the plan. He knows he's not supposed to be doing that, but he is looking out the window, which is in front of me. He's so cheeky. So then, what did I say? I said career, health and wellness. Family, obviously, like I said, I'm prioritising time to spend with my family, prioritising time to make sure that that doesn't fall off. So things like me and Arlo are prioritising every night. We are going up to his room before he goes to bed and we are reading together. And one, that's us spending time together, which is really good, but it's also obviously going to help him in school. I'm so lucky that he thrives in school. He does really, really well, and he generally finds it, you know, he doesn't find it easy, but he always is able to achieve what they're expecting, and a lot of the times he does more, which is brilliant. It makes me so proud. So yeah, he's doing brilliantly, so I'm doing something right. Like I said, I was going to show you some things that I have actually bought to help me along the way, just for organisation, for me to be able to write down my ideas, things like that. So I have bought myself the Carrot & Co Perfectly Planned Planner for 2026, and I also have bought the pens, the pen clip to keep that organised, and then I also have my manifesting notebook as well. So this will be really good for me to write down my ideas, my feelings. If I need to get things out on paper, this is a great book to do it. It does have some prompts inside as well, which is great. And also I want to focus on trying to do my affirmations this year as well, because it just gets you in a better mindset. It gets you into more of a positive mindset, and that's where I need to be if I'm going to achieve what I want to achieve. Then this is my perfectly planned diary, which is great because I can just put everything I want to do in here. I can also keep things in my diary that involve other areas of my life. So obviously if there's things that I need to do with Arla, things I need to remember, work things, personal things, all sorts, everything could go in here. And this is brilliant as well because it does like monthly reviews and just prompts. And I also like that they do quotes at the bottom of every page. Yes, so what's the date today? The date is the 14th of January. So if I go over to the 14th, so today's quote is, allow yourself to be a beginner. No one starts off being excellent, which is such a lovely quote. And I just think it's nice to open each page and to get that reminder or that prompt or that words of encouragement, anything. So yeah, that is my plans for this year. So I'm going to spend some time going through this now, write down all my ideas, just all my info that I need to get down, and I will see you in a bit. I've just spent some time going through all my diaries and goals and all sorts. So now I'm getting a bit peckish, to be honest, so I'm going to make some lunch. Something that I bought the other day that I actually am going to have for lunch today, if I like them, because like I said before, I am fussy. And well, I'm lying when I say I'm fussy. I am not fussy, but I'll be honest, every time I hear of someone online, basically, that you're way too low, you can't see me. Basically, every time I hear someone online saying that they like something and I actually go to try it, the hype never matches up for me. It really doesn't. So, anyway, let's see whether this hype is gonna work out. Let me just shut these blinds because they're blinding. We're so lucky that we get the sun. That's weird. On my face. Is that better? It's very dark now. Anyway, we're lucky that we get the sun. We're south facing, so we get sun on the front in the morning and sun on the back throughout the day. And it sets over there. Anyway, we get the sun all the time at the back, but it causes havoc. Like, honestly, the sun shines through and it just reminds me of how dirty my windows are, because like, we clean the windows, but when the sun shines through, it just like shows up every mark. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent again because that's what I like to do. The other day I picked up some chicken soup dumplings. Now, I've seen these all over TikTok, and everyone says they're delicious. So we're gonna give them a go today. So what do? I think you put them in the microwave in this. So place sealed bag of soup dumplings in the microwave. Don't pierce the bag. Microwave for 2.5 minutes. Remove tray from the bag and pierce the top of the dumplings with a fork or a chopstick. Leave for 3 minutes. And then I've seen people put on top of these soy sauce, chili sauce, and then mayonnaise. So we're just gonna give it a go. I'm hoping they're really nice, because if they are, they're a really easy lunch. And I don't think the calories are too bad. They've probably got loads of salt in them and stuff, haven't they? But it says per pack, that can't be right, per pack 240 calories. So if they're nice, then that will be good. That will be a good little lunch, like when you're on the go. So I'm gonna get my toppings out. So I've got some light soy sauce, some sweet chili, and then I do have mayo, but I don't know how I feel about the whole mayo situation. I might even I've got hoisin sauce. Maybe that'd be quite nice. Hoisin sauce. I love hoisin sauce. How many times do you want to say hoisin sauce? But I do love it. Anyway, well, they're almost done and they're smelling quite nice. So they're really, really hot. Obviously, they just come in the microwave. Okay, so hopefully they're done enough. Do feel really hot. Right, I'm gonna open the bag like I've seen people do. They smell quite nice, so they smell, what do they smell like? They smell a bit like, I'll be honest, they smell like chicken soup, which would make sense considering they're called soup dumplings. Crikey, I can't get even into this. Okay. I'll be honest, they are hot, but well, I've poked a hole in them. Do I try them without the soy first? Or do I just go in with what people say? I'm just gonna go for it. Right, so a little bit of soy. Shall I do, I'll just do 2 with sweet chilli first, shall I? Okay. Now it does say to let them cool, but I don't know, should I just go for it? I don't know, I don't want to burn my actual face off, so. Oh. Do I bite them? Like, what do I do? Surely I don't just like, I've seen people, they just put it straight in their mouth, but do I do that? I'm nervous in case it's really hot when I put it in my mouth. My God. Wow, that was hot. They're quite nice, to be fair. Don't know if I should do hoisin, or is that rogue? I'm just gonna do one with hoisin and see what it's like, because I love hoisin sauce. Just a little tad though, because it's really sweet, isn't it? That'll do. And then people put mayo on. I don't know how I feel about the mayo. They're so random, aren't they? Like, what do you think? Ooh. They're all nice, like, but again, everyone's raving about these, like raving. Like, am I just like someone who takes a lot to blow my mind? I think I actually might be. Like, they're nice, don't get me wrong, like they're nice, they're an easy snack, but the way people were going on, honestly, I feel like I'm a bit underwhelmed. They're nice, like, you know, they're a nice snack, they're a nice lunch, quick on the go lunch, I suppose. And I suppose the calories are low and everything, so there's, you know, positives. I just don't think I would go absolutely wild. But anyway, I'm gonna eat these for my lunch because obviously I'm not gonna waste them. And they are nice. But yeah, I'm not really sure. If anyone has any recommendations for any food that I could get my hands on that you think would blow my socks off and I would be absolutely amazed by the taste, then leave them down below, because I really want to find something that I'm like, wow, this is like incredible, because I don't feel like I found it yet. It's the same with, like, I bought the what did I buy? The bang bang chicken from M&S, not for me. I bought the pistachio shortbread dippy thing from M&S. Again, was lovely, was nice, wasn't amazing. I just didn't get the hype. What was the other thing that I bought? Oh, the iced coffee. I thought that was really nice, to be fair. Like, I would have that again. But yeah, I just feel like I'm constantly a bit underwhelmed by the hype. But maybe that's the problem with hypes, isn't it? Everyone makes out that it's like amazing, and then it's not always that way. But yeah, I'm just gonna have my lunch, and then I will pick you up if we get up to anything else. Okay. Oh my god. I really need to invest in a better tripod that's like, I've got one that is like obviously floor, what's the word? Floor standing? Is that the word I'm looking for? You know what I mean. Basically, I've got one, the one that you're on now is like a handheld, like one that's easy for me to hold while I walk around and whatever. But I've got one that is floor standing. I need like an in-between, so what the hell is that? So yeah, so I need to look for one that is like the in-between to make my life a bit easier. So as I was saying, I can't even remember the last like clip I filmed, but basically I've just said basically again. Anyway, I've just had my lunch. I've just been like jotting a few things down in the living room, and Winston's fuming now because I have actually like, you can see him. Just moving. Can you see his little head? Is he there? No. Look, there he is. There he is. Come on, Lewin. He's absolutely fuming that I have had the audacity to leave him on his own. How dare I? Come on then. Come on. We can have cuddles. Mummy has to do other things apart from cuddle you. You know that. Anyway, as I was saying, I've just had some lunch, and I've just been like jotting a few things down and just planning and all that jazz. So I thought I need to get organised, because one thing about me is that in the evening I get severe cravings for sugar, and I like to have a cup of tea and something sweet. Like, me and Kieran will sit down and watch like a series or whatever on the telly. A lot of it lately has been the football, because let's face it, I live in a house with 2 boys, so if there's football on, it's on my telly, which I don't mind. I have grown to love football over the years. Winston, please don't go upstairs. That's another thing I need to invest in this year, is that like one of those wooden gates for the bottom of the stairs. I don't mind Winston going upstairs, like, we don't mind it. He does actually sleep with us now, which is another problem, but honestly, I feel like I have raised a child to the age of 10 who is amazing and does everything 99% of the time as I ask him to do. Winston started off brilliantly, and he is so well behaved. He's great when we go out, when we've got to go to work and stuff. He's great. He's not a problem at all. He doesn't chew, he doesn't bark, he's great. But since, I would say, October time-ish, he just doesn't want to sleep in his own bed at night. He doesn't want to sleep downstairs, he doesn't want to sleep in his own bed. He wants to sleep in bed with us, which unfortunately we have given to, because we just want sleep. Like, we both work, we're both busy, we both have a lot going on, and at the end of the day, at night, you just want to sleep. You just want to sleep, you don't want to be messing around with the dog. So we've probably shot ourselves in the foot now, because he's probably going to sleep with us for the rest of his life. But anyway, where was I going with that? So as I was saying, me and Kieran, well, more so me, Kieran's quite disciplined, he's quite good. But I like to have a sweet treat in the evening. So, long story short, I'm going to put these sauces away because I don't need these anymore. But we are going to make some date bites. So I have bought some pitted dates. I think these are the smaller ones than some other people use. Some people use like the actual medjool dates, but I couldn't find any of those. So I have used these before, they're just smaller. So those, peanut butter, this is 100% nuts. I'm just going to use a lid, I think. I'm going to put some greaseproof paper on it so they don't stick. Fold that in half. Pop that on there like so. So, can you see that? So I've got a greaseproof paper here. I'm going to break up some chocolate in a ramekin. So in one of these, I'm going to put the chocolate and I'm going to put this in the microwave to melt. I think I need a little bit more than that. I'll do another half. Then I'm going to get a plate with to make it easy. But I'm going to make, how many should I make? So they're about that size. And I'm just going to get a sharp knife. And basically all you do is like make a cut in them about halfway through. Split them open with your fingers. Then you take your peanut butter. And I would say like you just need about half a teaspoon. Like you don't need loads. I think I need some new peanut butter, to be honest. This is the crunchy peanut butter because I think it does, like, it's more authentic to a Snicker, isn't it, if it's a bit more crunchy. But basically you just take a little bit of peanut butter, open up the date like I said, and then you're just making a bit of a pig's ear of this right now, but just put a bit of peanut butter in the middle basically. It's not, you know, it's nothing crazy. But like so. I don't like loads, I just like a little bit, so that's that. And then I'm going to pop them on the tray. I'm going to do as many as I feel, and then after that we will drizzle the chocolate over the top. Which I heated up so much that I can't hold it now. So that's the chocolate all melted, and basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour just a little drizzle over each date. Like so. So these are going to be my evening snack. Not the whole thing, honestly, they're like quite filling, so I'll probably just have like 2 or 3 with a nice cup of tea while we watch our series tonight, and that will be delightful. So that is them done. I'm gonna pop them in the fridge and then they'll be ready for later. Everyone, I have been sitting down for a little bit. Excuse my, whoa. Oh God, wait there, Win-Win. Honestly, every time I sit down, this boy wants to be on my knee. You'll have to wait a second, darling. Let me mummy just sort her hair out and then I can put you on my knee. So as I was saying, just before I go on the school run to get Arlo, it is currently 2:45. Come on. Before I go on the school run, I just wanted to quickly just end this video. I know it's been a little bit of a mismatched video today, but I just wanted to get the ball rolling with my content again and just do my first video of the year. So I thought that I would end this video by just briefly going through some of my goals for this year, because this year I feel like my goals are less materialistic. I feel like my goals that I've tried to set for myself in the years before have been a lot about what I want to buy, or places I want to go, which is still really important, because I do believe that if you don't think about it, if you don't manifest it, then it's not going to happen. If you don't work towards it, it's not going to happen. And obviously, as you can probably tell from the lack of content over the last few years, I've really struggled with putting my goals and dreams as priority. Honestly, this boy, if he's not inside my blanket or inside my jumper, he's not happy. So yeah, I feel like I have struggled with it a lot. So I'm just going to be honest and say that over the last 2 years, I've barely achieved any of my goals that I've set for myself. There have been a few. You know, there's things like family holidays, which was a priority for me, which we've managed to achieve. There's been things like that I wanted to do with Arlo that we've achieved, which is great. But there's been a lot of personal goals that I haven't achieved, and that is something that I'm really going to work on this year. So without telling you every single thing that I've written down, I just want to briefly go through the goals list with you that I have created. It's not very long, and I'll be honest, I don't think I'm finished. There's a lot of things that, with me, when I put myself on the spot, I kind of start to forget the things that I'm a bit more of a, things just pop into my head randomly and I just don't need to write them down then. So my main goals for this year is to obviously improve my content, both the quality, the volume, and basically just find my groove with it, find the things that I enjoy to film, like find my niche really. I know the things I'm interested in, but it's just finding the way that I want to present those to, hopefully, my ever-growing following. So yeah, that's one of my goals, is to build my community, build my circle of people. You know, I want to, it's very, very small at the moment, and I'm so appreciative of that, but I really hope to grow that this year. And just as much as other people are inspiring me, I want to inspire other people. So that's one of the goals. So yeah, my next goal for this year is hopefully to do another family holiday. I think it's really important that we prioritise time together, and I think it's important for me to feel like I've done something for my family every year, to be honest. And I feel like that, obviously I do loads of them anyway, but I feel like a family holiday is a time for us all to come together and to just, like, it takes away all the other factors, doesn't it? It's just we go somewhere together, it's just us, we don't really know anyone else, and we just spend time together, and that's really, really important for me. Another goal that I would really like to stick to this year is to read more self-help books, more books that make me feel good, like my biggest challenge this year is to get my mind in order. My mind hasn't been it hasn't been great. Yeah, reading more is going to be a priority for me this year. I feel like it just helps with mindset. It's about learning as well, like reading books about things that I'm interested in as well is great. I've already started reading more with Arlo, which is another goal of ours this year. So yeah, my aim is to read 1 book a month for the year, which I feel is, you know, it's achievable, isn't it? If I read a bit every night or a bit most days, then that should be achievable. My next goal is to improve my health and fitness. I think I went over this morning, but I've just kind of like knuckled down and wrote them down now. Obviously my nutrition, my vitamins, my water intake, have treats but not too many, whole foods, all that jazz. Let me know if you would like to see any of the meals that I'm cooking, because I love cooking, I really enjoy it. And yeah, tonight we're having like stir fry and things like that, which is quite basic, but just things that are full of goodness. I'm really lucky as well that Arlo is such a good eater. Whatever I put in front of him, he will eat it. There's only like a couple of things that he's not keen on. So yeah, we've got no excuses in this house. We can have healthy, full, whole meals. So yeah, that should be all right. Fitness wise, I want to try and go more walks. That'll be easier as the weather gets better, because like I mentioned this morning, obviously if it's too cold, Winston can't go out, but that doesn't mean that I can't. So I could go out and do more walks. I really want to try and start my running journey this year. That was a goal last year that I didn't achieve, and I know that also will help with my mental well-being and my focus, and I just know it's going to benefit me so much. If I can just get past that hurdle of starting, then that'll be great. And then lastly, at the moment, there's obviously I feel like I need to add a few more here. There's lots of things that I feel like I haven't really mentioned, but a lot of it is personal. But a big one is that I want to prioritize the way I'm showing up, both as a person, physically, how I'm showing up, like in the flesh. Like I want to feel confident in what I'm wearing. I want to feel confident in how I'm acting. I just want to really work on becoming the person that I want to be and that I know I am inside. I feel like I have lost myself a little bit, and the only way that I can get that back is by putting the work in. There's just loads of areas personally that I want to work on, and I want to become me again, the person that I know that I am. You know, over the last 10 years, without going into too much detail, there's been loads of brilliant things that have happened, but obviously being a single mum, obviously I do have Kieran, and he is amazing, and he has been right from day one. But obviously navigating being a co-parent and all of that jazz over the last 10 years has taken its toll. You know, it's hard work, and it hasn't always been plain sailing, but you know, I feel like that has taken a toll on me, and over the years it has chipped away at me, and I have not prioritized myself and where I see my life going and where I want our life to go as a family. So yeah, that's the main priority for this year, is basically finding ourselves and making sure that it happens, making sure that what we want from life starts to show up for us, because you know, we're good people and we are lucky to have what we have. We have a great family around us, and we want to, well, I want to be in a position to give back. And I just know that if I put the work in and the time and believe in myself and put the would be the word, like the pillars, like put the steps in place, then we can get there. We can definitely get there. And I just want to say to anyone out there as well, if you're feeling the same, if you're feeling a little bit lost, you know, we can do that together. We can do it together. We can find our way, because the only person stopping you is yourself. There's only one person stopping you from doing it, and that's you. So yeah, I hope that you've enjoyed my first video back. I know it's been a bit sporadic, a bit here, there and everywhere, but this is the start. I hope that you'll be on my journey with me, and I hope that we can achieve our goals together. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you being here. If you're new here, then please do hit the subscribe button, because I'd love you to be along for the journey. And yeah, I hope you have a brilliant rest of your day, whatever day it is you're watching this. I'm gonna go on the school run now, and I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone.